Live. Page is still showing the.
Now you're live.
Now I'm live?
And I can see your OBS.
Okay. Sweet.
Oh
All
my
right.
god. I have to switch off the sound because otherwise I hear myself echoing.
Do you hear both of our voices at the same level, more or less?
Yeah. It's
Okay, perfect.
I have not waited until I say something. I
Okay.
could give it a try, but
Because last time I think my voice was quite a bit more.
okay, the audio
Yeah.
the audio quality you're receiving from me is pretty poor.
Oh shit.
It could be that no, I'm connected with a LAN cable, so it's not that issue.
Okay, I don't know what's the issue, but I can understand
It
you
could
just
also
fine. It's
be.
not amazing, but it's okay.
Can I check what the co-op is? Is there an audio quality thing for Discord?
Good question. I don't know.
Let me try this out.
But honestly, we can hear you fine. It's just indeed not.
Okay.
Although now it's a bit worse
Something.
than before. Now there is some background noise.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I can switch back to the crisp mode, whatever that is.
Crisp.
Oh, I know. Because
How does that sound?
Oh, that's much better. Yes.
Yeah.
Great.
The previous thing was a webcam that is behind my notebook. So
That makes sense. Okay, I put you in full screen,
terrible.
and it should be much better now.
And we see Pong, lovely Pong.
Yeah.
And when I am looking at that, what am I thinking? So the bouncing works just nice, and it would be nice if I could move the pedals now. And let's start with the pedal that is the opposite player, the AI player. Let's just sync one pedal with the player position. Make an evil AI. So what was I doing last week here? So we have the simulate step where we update the ball position.
Mm-hmm.
And naturally what we can do is to take the Pong, and I think the right pedal pose is the guy. Yes, perfect.
Oh, damn.
So
Nice.
instant reload.
That's cool. An AI.
Um,
And me AI.
I could also just make the pedal 100% of the screen because that's what it is.
Yep.
So next step is to so many thoughts. I want to update the pedal position of the player with the mouse position. So let me have a look. Left person. No, that's not the lerp. It's probably RX mouse or something. Mouse position pointer. No, I don't want to set the pointer. No.
So it was correct. I don't know why it didn't suggest, but it was mouse position, I think. Yeah.
Mouse pose.
Oh, I didn't even realize that I had abbreviated it. Maybe it should be position.
Okay, now classic, I have to normalize the coordinates.
Actually, that's
Um,
also something. I'll take some notes this time. You have to transform the mouse position manually because right now it's in the window space, like pixel coordinates. And since you did some transformation on the coordinate systems, you have to transform the mouse, and you can do that with RDX transform mouse position or something. Transform mouse probably. Yeah, transform mouse, and you just put the mouse position pose call inside. Yeah.
So, and the return is RDX back to T.
And it should probably be the default. I don't know what you think, but I would say like mouse pose should just return the transform position because that's what you expect. I feel like.
What? What do you mean?
I mean that RDX mouse pose,
Yes.
the function, it could return already the already transformed mouse position, I suppose.
I have no idea. I'm currently also not really aware about. I mean,
It
is it
doesn't work.
even well, it of course it doesn't work. I know perfectly well why it doesn't work.
I see as well. Yeah. What's your thinking?
Because it's because of this here. There's this the screen is being recalculated with the
Right.
field
Yeah.
width
Yeah.
and screen. So I have to make the inverse operation here.
Yes. But just
And
for demonstration purposes, can you take the two lines you wrote and put them in render after the transform? Like 64, 65, can you put them down in
oh, you mean
after the scale at line 87?
these ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's.
Right, so now the mouse position is properly transformed because the like what RDX transform mouse means, it means that it will transform the screen position into world position if
yeah, so that is happening here. My mind, however, is trailing off into the other direction.
yeah.
It goes to a totally different place in terms of what I'm thinking is that I want to have a proper transformation from one space to another using a matrix.
Right.
So the idea would be that instead of doing these calls here and these calculations, I would like to have one function that produces a matrix that I can use to draw my stuff and that I can invert to transform the positions here.
I see.
It might be overkill because if I'm thinking about it, I think I only need to transform the mouse coordinate, and that's potentially the only thing that needs to be done.
I suppose you could keep track of offsets in position and scale, and that should.
I mean,
instead of matrix.
What I would do is I would I mean, here's the scaling factor, and what I can do is I copy paste this stuff now, and oh, I need to screen rect as well. So now that I have the scale, I should be able to just say mouse pose dot. What does it? Actually, that's fine. And then, okay, there's a compilation error because there is no such method.
Right.
But there's mul scala, so I can just take
Right.
this one.
Do you think there should be div for completeness sake? Maybe.
Well, Copilot thought there should be. But yay, look at that, it's perfect.
Nice.
So
Nice.
let's display a score counter and track when the pedals are not catching. So how would I draw? I would draw at this point the HUD. So what I want is something like that, but not in the center, but
Mhm.
draw text. Oh, there's a new and an old
Mhm.
and a 3.
Yeah, I'm having
Choices, all
trouble
choices.
too. I would suggest the tree.
So this is the rectangle I'm drawing to, and then I have the options, and I'm just perfectly fine with that of saying, hey, offset that by 10 pixels and align it to 0.0, and we have hello world up here.
Yay!
Just the text is a little bit small, but I think we can choose the font size here and select something like that. Oh, it's a float, very nice.
Nice.
So it's like just. Yeah, it's like once again my thinking goes crazy, like thinking already, okay, the colon should always be in the perfect center, but if you are 10 in the score, it would go to the left. And then there's also the thing that a lot of fonts have different font width size. This one not very nice.
This one not. Yeah.
And always killing me to have non-mono
Yeah,
spaced.
me too. I made sure to pick one that was sensible.
Yeah.
Um,
So now we just need to keep track of the scores. So it would be on the Pong field state. It would be here. And it would be U and 32. Score left, score right. Good. So do you have any sprintf stuff?
yes.
Or?
Glad you asked. It's called RDX FMT, like for abbreviation of format.
I was just, that was my next.
Amazing. Amazing. Was wondering if I should rename it format, but I like the terseness, so if that sounds okay.
I mean, I've been thinking last week about this RDX prefix and if it's good or bad.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm still torn on the issue, but I think depending on who you are targeting, like if it's a library, it makes more sense to keep the RDX. If it's a framework, which comes with all batteries included, I think I would leave it away.
Okay.
Because it makes it easier to feel yourself home, and that was what I was thinking. So depending on, I think what
Yeah.
you're building here is a more framework or a complete engine actually. So I think dropping the RDX prefix makes sense.
Okay.
And
Interesting.
so RDX wants a format. So
I think one thing I could easily try is to, as you were suggesting, remove it using macros for a while, see how it feels, and then
yeah, that's
come back
also.
if needed.
That is why it was red.
By the way, I see you using the %d format thing. I never used it before, but you already used it last time. It works for any number. Is that the
It's
idea?
a decimal,
Huh.
and I think %i is, at least on the compilers I used, %i was not always there.
All right. Okay.
And I tried this on the, you shared this online WASM compiler,
Mm-hmm.
which did not support %i,
Mm-hmm.
and it also did not support %g. And I only recently discovered %g,
Same.
and it's pretty sweet.
I
Because
think the
it
difference
writes,
with F is it removes trailing zeros or something like this.
yeah, it's %g is as short as it possibly can be. So if it's an integer, it's 1, and it does not type 1.20000
Nice. Yeah.
something.
Nice.
So the Pong state, where's the Pong? Ba-dum. Ah, Pong. So mm, is it? Yeah, there's also the question about, should this return a const char? Char.
Ah, yeah. This one I decided to not use const ever because I don't find it so that useful at all.
My thinking about that was that often the const thing can be annoying when you know that you can modify it.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side, it's also, the const thing is usually something where I know the memory is managed by someone else, so I do not need to worry.
I see.
So how is RDX FMT doing that?
It's
Temporary frame arena. Okay, it says it. So
yeah, that's a good point. Maybe.
yeah, I don't know. I know that this const thing can be a pain to properly handle.
Mm-hmm.
So, but this ownership thought is always something that is the first thing to come to my mind. Okay, who is the owner of the memory that is
Yeah.
being returned there, of the pointer? And yeah, that is something to think about.
Yeah, I guess it could be indicated in the name of the function better. But yeah, or const. Because is it always the case that when you get a const pointer, you don't have to free it? Or is it just kind of a convention, perhaps?
In the embedded world, it plays a much bigger role.
Okay.
Because if you initialize a memory area, or if you have a variable that is marked as const, the compilation puts the memory into the non-readable section. So with the embedded device, you typically have a ROM and a RAM. And RAM can be very small,
Okay.
like 8 kilobytes or something.
But that would be for a global, like not a local variable in a function.
Any value that is literal and flagged as const is going to end up in the ROM area by the compiler.
But I think that's true for any literal. Not any literal maybe, but
If you
no, sorry. Okay, I get what you're saying, I think.
so if this was const
Uh-huh.
and global, then that memory would end up on the ROM side
Instead of on the stack.
instead of on the heap of the ROM. So if let's say this was an embedded device.
But here the pointing would be on the stack, right? Because it's in the function.
Here it is on the stack.
Yeah.
And it's initialized on the stack. If it's initialized like that, it would be part of the program executable.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And if it's initialized like that, then this part is part of the executable and it is copied into a pre-allocated memory area of the ROM.
Okay.
And then I can modify it.
Okay, I got it. Okay.
And yeah, I've learned to respect that a lot
Mm-hmm.
because I actually have a device here. It's
But then the thing is, if it's a pointer, it means that you cannot modify the pointer, but not the. Oh yeah, this little thing you showed it to
yeah, it's
in game at Gamescom, I think.
yeah at the Gamescom, and it's. I mean, this thing has 500 kilobytes of RAM or something. It's huge.
Much more than you would ever need.
Much more, much more. Anyway, trading off. But yeah, this memory ownership thing is something to be acutely aware of. I'm not sure how you handle it with assets and so on.
Well, you can load assets and unload them, and you don't manage the memory at all. It's just in the engine. You have a handle to different assets.
Yeah, because
That's it.
that's another thing that I've noticed in the way I'm programming lately, which is when I work on my tower defense tutorial or on the game jam game,
Mm-hmm.
I make no memory allocations at all. It's all
Yeah,
structs with
that's
predefined
nice.
sizes.
That's nice.
And that works very well with this reload context. Because
Yeah, I bet.
any global memory is automatically cleaned up. No need to worry. But anyway, we have now a score tracker, and now I want to make the score tracker count up.
Right, and you worked around the width of the text by putting 2 zeros on both sides.
Yes.
Smart.
So, I have such a stupid brain. I already want to put little rectangles on the side, which is the crowd that is cheering.
We can do that instead.
It is.
Amazing.
It is. I will add that once I have the score tracking, because
Mhm.
then I can make the animation for the cheering.
Okay, deal.
So the simulation and the simulation part, I want to when the ball is hitting the wall, which is happening here, I need to check if
Not quite copilot. Not out of bounds.
yeah, no,
Hits the pedal.
completely wrong. So float pedal pose equals oh, Copilot, you're so messed up. Oh, wait a second. No.
What?
Right.
What?
Let me check something. Because I think Copilot is the one who's right here.
Oh no. I won't admit that ever.
No. It's okay. So X is X. Because I think last time I was confused about choosing X or Y, and yeah. So.
Well, it's true that you had the pedal width, which was vertical, because the pedal is on the side, right?
That was the thing. And the pedal width is calculated down here. So let's copy it over.
Which I feel is insane, but you.
It always is. Coordinates. I talked earlier about that we had the Unity review and that I have this co-worker who I trust a lot with the competence on getting the rendering right.
Mm-hmm.
But he always says like transformations are I always mess them up.
Yeah.
It's
So,
it's very common and very easy to get this wrong. Anyway, so
yeah.
let's calculate that piece, and now if it is like that, yeah, it looks right. Let's test it.
Oh damn. I didn't read, but yeah, I didn't want to interrupt, so that my brain was thinking about what you said about the transformation, and I agree. It's always annoying, and I'm wondering what would be the best way to help with transformations, to help the programmer. Yeah.
Have a look. I can bounce it, or I
Yes.
can. Oh,
Did the score change already? I didn't look.
yes, it's
Yeah,
already
12.
12.
How is it possible? That sounds a bit high.
Well, we had earlier
Okay.
problems,
13.
and the score is not reset, so that is a thing we should do here. No, not the seed, but the score. Oh, Pong.
You could also decide to assign a shortcut to reset the game state.
Yeah, at some point.
It's always the first thing I do because it's very handy. Mm-hmm.
It is,
Whoop,
but
whoop.
I mean, convenience wise,
Mm-hmm.
there's oh, look at that. It always starts with the same thing. Why is that the case?
I guess the velocity is not with. Oh no, it is.
That's the weird thing. Is the seed
That's bad news.
is the seed is not updated? Could that be?
So last time I remember you started to make it optional. Am I right? Or did we stop?
Yeah, that was what I wanted. So now it's
Okay.
next seed, and seed does stuff on seed. So that does not explain why the velocity of the ball is strange.
No, it's weird. Okay, so it's always the same, right?
Yep. It always goes to the player direction. So just to confirm here, let's change it to something low. And now I have to lose. The AI is not gonna lose.
Okay.
Yes. So why is the seed? Okay, let's print the seed.
Can we take the opportunity to show an engine feature?
Yes.
I mean, that's also fine. But can you try to write like RGX track outside of here, on top of that, anywhere?
Anyway, so
Anywhere that is called every frame.
okay.
And then you pass to just track, and you pass to it the seed. Right. And maybe cast it to int. I forgot to add u int32.
Ah, this is how it works. Okay. How do you do that? It's
It's a macro
variable.
trick.
Yes, and I want to know how that macro trick works because that looks interesting.
Yeah, it is.
So, how do you convert that to how do you obtain the type?
The generic thing is a C11 feature. It matches the type of your variable with the
Oh.
cases that you have, like float, colon, int colon, bool colon, and so
So
it will
this
call
is built in.
it will replace basically the track macro by each macro. So in this case, it will replace rdx track with rdx track int, and then rdx track int will do the
That is pretty
do the-
cool.
yeah, it is, and better yet. Oh, and then you have to. So that's something I added recently because I didn't want them by default on screen. So you have to hold Alt Shift, Alt Left Shift, and then click tracked vals. It's a work in progress. I will probably leave them always on in dev builds. But then you can see. So the it's weird that it's blinking. I think it's the also stuff that I did recently. And when you hover it, it disappears. So you can. So if there is something below, you can hide it.
Yeah, I would need to use the other function to. There's this rdx track at pose, right?
At pose is to really have a label that is moving on the screen. For example, if you have an enemy, you want to check its health, and you have a lot of enemies, you can put it at a position on the screen. But it doesn't seem to work.
It failed. It failed. Why did it fail?
You can check the problems tab if you want to have a quick. Interesting.
Oh. That function does not exist.
Forgot to export it, I guess. Like on Linux and Mac, you don't need to explicitly use the export thing.
Yes.
So I probably forgot to export it.
Well, it does not exist. The Visual Studio, it has these 3 dots.
I see. Okay, I see.
So that function does not exist.
All right, fair enough. I will fix it.
Yes. So,
So I think it was. You can just remove the at pause and.
Well, I can see it now.
Yeah.
The seed is always 0 right now. And
of
I know
course.
why. Because
Of
the seed
course.
must not be.
Yes, exactly. The seed. And I actually have that in my to-dos that there should be something that tells you the seed is 0, but I don't know if I put it in the random function, it will be slower. So I don't want to do that.
Exactly.
So I guess the solution is really to have a default seed that the engine provides, right?
What you can also do is to no, it's I was thinking to modify the algorithm, but that's always like any pseudo number random generator needs some proper ideas. Otherwise, it's no longer very random.
Yeah. I could modify
So
the algorithm so 0 is a valid seed. Yeah, that's true.
So anyway,
Yes.
what was it again? Control Alt Shift? No, Alt Shift. Okay.
Oh, and try also the others checkboxes if you want to humor me.
Where is Why is Alt-Shift not working? Control-Shift. What was it?
Alt Shift, yes. It's not working anymore. Uh-oh. That's bad. Bad news again.
Doesn't work.
Oh no. Maybe Alt Tab and back. I think there is probably a bug in the no. Ah,
Key
goddamn.
handling. Let's restart.
Ah, that's
Yeah, I probably. So, CPU. GPU is bored. Everything is bored. We're not doing enough here.
yes.
That's just exactly what I want to change.
Yes. With the crowds. Right.
With the crowd. There needs to be a crowd. So, first off, I want to introduce a const float field scale. And instead of, let's put it like that. Where is it? Okay. So, good. Still working. Very nice. Do not need the seed output, and let's put a crowd there. How would I do that? So
Uh-oh, the ball is kind of stuck.
yes, it is. Damn it. Yeah, this is getting stuck on purpose, more or less.
Oh yeah.
Load xvel. So x velocity should be depending. Ball pose dot x. Yeah, something like that. No reason to.
Didn't really understand.
Well, if I lose the ball, the other player has to play it, so it's always going to the right.
I see. Okay.
As we can make the enemy the AI a little bit less.
Good.
So do you have to, a move towards function?
Absolutely. And guess what? It's called exactly like this. Yay.
There's also an old method.
Is there?
So
Oh, I removed it yesterday. So I guess the pull didn't work. That's interesting. Do-do-do.
so current. Oh, you do that with a pointer. Interesting.
Mhm. Because I noticed that
Why?
I always just reassign it to the same function value or variable. So I figured, why not pass it as a pointer and modify it in place?
Yeah, that's probably a correct observation.
Also, I have another one that takes a velocity, and so one had to be passed as a value and the other as a pointer because you want the function to modify the velocity as well. And so I figured it would be more symmetric if they all took pointers and didn't return anything. If that makes sense. Oh, it's very slow. I see.
Yeah. And now the AI can't lose because currently there's no vertical change. Let's add that as well before we do the crowds, right?
All right.
So when the velocity changes, change vertical. Yes.
Programming is dead. Yeah, you
I
are.
always read it. It's not that. Yes, it works.
Woohoo! And what we should do at some point is make it networked, so we can play together.
That would make sense. So now the AI can finally hit the ball. Yes, we are stuck. Awesome. So
Yes, you played it. Yes, you tricked it.
and I'm still displaying the seed, and it's maddening. By the way,
Mhm.
there's one option I noticed that is pretty useful for testing stuff.
Okay, I'm
Um,
interested.
you could make it optional that when the window has no focus, that only draw is called and not update. So
Mhm.
it's pausing everything. Because then I have the opportunity to see that a situation is weird, odd, whatever.
Yeah,
And then I can go into the code, make a change, and the game does not continue running. Especially like now I remember what was the situation. Like, let's say I'm trying to figure out why sometimes something goes wrong. So I'm using printf or something to log that to a console, but naturally there's a ton of messages coming in. And switching the focus is then like a pause, and then I can analyze the result and change it. So
I see.
I did that once out of accident and realized this is useful, and I liked it a lot. I mean, you can make it optional that it continues playing or does not, and then
Pause and defocus. Great idea. Thank you.
um,
I also
I want to
probably
remove.
want to have like shortcuts to pause, even like rewind 10 seconds back or something. That would be fun.
That would be crazy. Well, that requires you to work very memory compatible. Like it works
Yeah,
very well if I allocate everything in that struct, then it's
yeah,
perfect.
yeah, yeah. Exactly.
Yay! That would work for me because I tend to work like that.
Yeah. Nice.
No objects or anything. Who needs objects?
And I think
So
for arrays we can figure something out with the reflection stuff I was doing. But yeah, so as you were saying, the crowd, I
first off,
guess.
yes, let's draw a crowd. And the crowd is independent of the, well, actually no. Is it in field space? I think it needs to be in field space. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So draw a bunch rectangles as crowd. So float crowd person width equals 15. My brain is going into crazy mode again because
Planning
I'm
stage.
thinking. First off, I have done that in the past once, and I know that it looks really nice. If you add some variation, so the boxes have different sizes, different heights, they automatically have kind of personality.
Mm-hmm.
And for doing that, I'm currently thinking like, okay, I could draw them from left to right. But if I draw them from left to right, they will overlap in a specific way. But probably I don't want to have them overlapping. I have
Why will they overlap if you draw them horizontally?
I have this picture in my mind
Uh-huh.
where the crowd is standing and they are mingling some sort of.
Okay.
But this is tennis, and on tennis courts you have to be orderly.
Yes. You don't have to clap respectfully when there is a goal.
Absolutely. But we are making here a crazy game, so this is I don't like that. So let's just let's start simple and then refine. So dip. I am thinking that there's the float standing line. And the standing line position is the field height. No, this is entirely wrong, except for the height.
But what is the field height? Is it from the perspective of the paddle or the perspective?
It is a screen perspective, I think.
Yeah.
We will find out anyway. Let's keep it like that. And now for line with dip. So for float x equals minus Why do I take XX? Doesn't make sense. And let's see what happens. An exception.
STB Vorbis
On
decode memory. What?
that does
What?
not make sense.
Makes
Unless
zero
this is
sense.
completely wrong. How is this Paul looking like? Actually, it looks like a valid thing. But it happens on the DLL open.
Ah, okay.
So
Could we take a minute or two to set up the debugging properly? Because it shouldn't be too hard, I
because
think. Gamepad,
assembler
right?
is you
Yeah.
can't read assembler? This is your engine.
Not much, I have to admit. But
When we see the functions, actually, interesting.
we
It's
do
the
see
game.
some of them. That's strange. Well, actually, it's not that strange. I think I see why. And I can explain. It's because the problem was that the debug information files weren't copied with the executable and DLL files, right? And I think there is three parts. There is the engine DLL, the game DLL, and the runner, which is the executable. And I think some of them didn't change, so the build system didn't yet copy the debug files because I changed it like yesterday or something. And so
Even
if you
then,
delete the bin folder and recompile, then everything should be copied over to the bin folder, I think.
I can try, but somehow I think I will still see assembler.
Possible. I hope not. I tried it on my side on Windows and it worked, but always possible that there is a difference in our environments or something. Right. Yeah, okay. So I guess you need to restart the build system. Didn't pick up on the deletion.
Okay. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh wow. Is it much slower than? It's just random, right?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
the initialization, and the initialization is just terrible.
And if you drop
Um,
a breakpoint somewhere in the update loop, does it break?
uh, ah, you mean that one? It does not know.
Oh, that's such a bummer. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Why?
the thing. I think the system does not have, like, let's do something nasty here, like float PGR 0.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably if the breakpoint don't work, probably this won't work either. Did the compiler refuse?
No, it's just that I did not. Yeah. I think there is still no association between the code and the compilation unit.
And could you open the Explorer or ls in the console, the bin folder, so we can just check that the dynamic libs, the what's it called? The PDBs.
The PDBs.
They are not there. Okay,
Where are the PDBs?
they should be next to DLL, DLL, and exe. And yeah, where are they? That's a good question. So sorry, yeah, they are in cache build cache in temp.
Oh. Build cache.
But you did a search and there were no engine PDB. Okay, I see one.
Yep, all there.
Maybe I forgot to push.
Look at that.
Sorry, what?
It is the PDB, the missing PDBs.
Yeah,
Now
it
it has.
definitely is. It definitely is. What I'm wondering now is why my change of yesterday didn't go through. And if that's okay, I'll quickly check on my side
You can
what
check
the
on
fuck
your
is
side that, and I will check if I can make the crowd go crazy.
Okay, perfect.
So let's see where it goes. Oh, I saw the crowd. It's just a wrong play.
Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum.
So I have a crowd, which looks very. These are soldiers.
Let me check. I didn't see. Oh yeah. Weed.
So now I will take the seed and will create random colors.
Oh nice.
And color. Actually, your colors are vector force.
Correct.
T. Now, DB32 colors. And now I wait for Copilot to give me this nice color palette. which it doesn't. Oh, now it does. So 32 colors, which should be nice looking. Let me check.
Nice.
Yeah, it's I tend to use one color palette, which is Dawnbringer 32. 32 colors, and they are very nicely balanced.
Okay.
Let's first check them in order. And it didn't work because these values are not normalized.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
that
Multi-cursor editing, perhaps.
uh,
Oh,
actually,
or you can just divide, I guess.
but actually, good point. I can handle it like that. So. You know, there is one method that I also appreciate, which is color from hex code.
Okay, what is it?
Well,
Okay.
you use the hex code for determining this.
What?
And it's not working. Why is
Sorry, I
it black?
didn't understand the Xcode thing.
Well, here I can show you. Vec 4, RDX Vec 40, color from hex int 32t hex. And then it just converts it like that. Actually, then it's RGB from hex. But currently, I also don't understand why everything is just black. This is the color. It's because I start with this and I do not increment.
Hmm.
Ah,
Ooh.
oh,
Interesting.
this is nice. This is a nice color palette. So now I only have to pick. First off, this can be static because I'm not intending to change it.
But I'm still curious about the Xcode thing you were mentioning that I didn't quite understand.
The hexes. Well, if I have that method, then I can say that back to our t. So red equals this.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, needs 4. So.
Sorry. Now I get it.
So it's an extremely it's a very compact way of describing the color values, and I've found it a few times quite useful. So it's just a utility method.
Yeah, okay. I actually have it. I just misunderstood. I thought you were talking about Xcode, the IDE.
Oh no!
Sorry. But there is one, I think it's RDX color from X or something like this.
Okay,
That does exactly that.
nice.
But anyway.
So now I have the colors there, and now I want to pick some colors. So int crowd color. And now what I can do is int crowd int color equals Is there a random uint? Yes, in array. Random in array. Oh, coloring seed, the crowd colors.
Oh, the last function is hallucinated. The actual name is rlen, I think. Sorry, ARR_len. No? Oh yeah, it was the third or fourth proposition in all caps. And this one is very weird. I don't know why that's stretchy buffers. It's not quite that. But try in all caps ARR. Yeah, third. Yeah. I should also
Okay.
rename this. What would you type if you were looking for this macro?
I have no. I think array is ARR is very short.
Too short?
Well, yeah, we are no longer living in the age where 8 is the number of letters allowed for a function. So, but what I'm
Fair.
wondering more is it's converting. This needs to be a uint 32.
Yes. Okay.
And then this needs to be like 40. Wait, no. Crowd colors is int. So it was complaining about that.
Nice. Nice.
Good start. Good start. Good start. Now I would look up on the DB32. You see, this. I find it so fascinating
Oh.
what this guy does with these colors. Like,
That's interesting.
yeah, there's
It's
some.
one guy that posts a lot of palettes that he found
Well,
or he made.
there is the low spec, and they have
Nice.
low spec has palettes on all kinds of formats, and here's the hex codes. So that is where I
Nice.
typically copied from.
It reminds me a little
And
bit of the one in a sprite. Perhaps it's the same. I
yeah,
really love
and
it. Mhm.
it's like he's sharing his color palettes, and I'm like just amazed about it. There's a
Oh, there is
DB4, I think.
an ad for your game on the side of the website.
What?
There was an ad for a mobile game.
Oh, let's not mention the war. Oh, come on! I know that there's a Dawnbringer 8. This is going too far again. But this is the index numbers. So
Okay.
what colors do I want for my crowd to have? I think this one is good. So this is 5, 10, 11, 12, 13 it must be. And let's just check out. Yes, they are now looking like that.
Pretty cool.
Then I'm picking this one, which is 18. And 17 is also looking nice.
Nice.
So lots of blue guys. Let's pick this one that is 6 and 4. And yeah, 5 and 6.
I don't know if it's a good idea, but perhaps you could pick 2 or 3 and blend randomly between 2 or 3. Or would that be too messy? I don't know. That's really good like this. I like it.
Just a few more picks. Like this one is probably 1, 6, 11, 16, 22, 27?
Nice.
Starts looking somewhere. There are too many green tones, and I think it was that one. Oh. Okay, let's do it like that. Good.
Hmm.
So because sometimes random is not nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 5 values. Let's add 3 here. And
Much better.
8, 13, 18. I'm just guessing now.
I guess you could also tweak the seed until it looks not too.
Yeah, well, the seed is one thing, but I think what I will do is I'm not going to use the seed. I am.
What do you mean?
I was thinking about calculating the index, but you're right. I will just modify it. Like this. This looks sort of okay. And
Oh, yeah, calculating the index manually somehow to
yeah, I
always
could just
change.
iterate it in a certain pattern, but
True.
yeah.
Yeah, true.
So I have now some bunch of fans, and let's make them dance. How should I make them dance? I can let's start very simple. Float offset vertical offset equals random range. In this case, I will take the GS seed and just do it like that. Should have called it offset. Extremely nervous. Up there.
Nice. Woo!
So they look very, very nervous.
What team are they on? Your team or the AI?
That's the point. I was thinking that the pedal on the left should be red and the other blue, and there should be fans, and depending on who has the ball is more excited.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I thought they would mostly cheer after a goal, but it would be even better, yeah, if they get like, whoa!
I can spend days on that.
Rabbit holes everywhere.
Absolutely. So anyway, we have a crowd. That's good enough for now. Let's not overthink it. And I'm overthinking. So one thing that annoys me is that there's currently no timing. I want that before the ball gets started off, and I want to have a middle line. I want to have the ball being how do you call it? That the ball flies into the off.
The ball flies. What?
into the off.
What does that mean?
Well, currently the ball, the game instantly restarts when the
Ah,
edge of the ball touches the side. So
got it. Okay, so you want that it goes past.
yeah.
Okay.
So that means we need some state keeping.
Okay, I see.
Currently, there's absolutely no state keeping. So for the purpose of that, type def enum. You have everything, absolutely everything lowercase.
Except enums.
The macros and enums. Yeah.
Yeah, the function macros, the macros which are like look like a function, I make them lowercase. Oop.
Okay. Oh, we have a game state. It's the.
I mean, you could
It's-
just use the game state. I think that would be fine. Like just put whatever you wanted to put in the pre-existing game states, maybe. Ah, you're doing an enum. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Play state.
I sometimes use the word mode.
Yeah,
in
I
these
think I
things.
will. It suggested mode, and then I changed it to state, and then my problem started.
Ah, okay.
Let's. So the mode is now we have game starting or game mode starting. Game mode ball in play. Game mode ball out. And yeah, game over. And or ball lost. I don't know. Maybe this is a bit too declarative. But anyway, I would make it part of the game. So right, this is the I know. This is not game mode, this is game Pong state. Because this is specific to the Pong, not to the application.
That makes sense.
If we have something, yeah.
That makes
So
sense.
it is the game Pong state. And then we later have a game state. Movies. Such a mess.
Like post.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So we have the game Pong state, current state, next state. Because depending on what the current state is, if the ball is out or something, I don't want to have any calculations done on the ball itself. So then I have a float state timer, exactly. And in the simulation part, I will now check, first off, the Pong date timer is increased.
Okay. Oh, after we have to check if you do any interpolation. At this point, I don't think. I will see later.
No. Now, depending on the Pong current state. So.
Okay.
when the game state is, and actually what I like to do is to have functions for each game state to keep it
Oh wow, okay.
simulate.
I usually like use if just in the update function.
Yes, it
But you
is.
go.
I don't know. This is. I also sometimes do it. It's not like I have a strict thing
Yeah, no,
here.
it's interesting. I like to see different approaches.
So
Because honestly, my update functions are probably way too long in many cases.
so next state is in play, right? I do not do anything else. This is how I switch the state. And there is nothing happening here, so that's all. Then simulate ball and play.
And so the next state design, it's to do what you were talking to me about before of the not modifying the state during the frame, but just at the
Exactly.
end. Okay. I see.
So when the game is in play, what I do is I allow the I pretty much do this here. So that is what is happening then. Now, however, when this happens, I want that we change the next state. Or lost. This score tracking would be left here. That's fine. So that happens when the ball gets lost.
Okay.
And then we have the simulate ball lost. What I want to do now is a little bit different because I want to keep the ball moving. And it's not dependent on the game timer, but when the ball leaves the area, like the ball would continue to fly out the screen.
Right.
But let's do it with a timer. That's fine. 2 seconds is okay. And this is now ball out. And ball out is also just doing not anything else. So I expect this to contain more stuff at some point, but and then it comes back into play. And now, yes, exactly. If the state is not the next state, I'm resetting the timer. And
Nice.
I forgot about it. I want that there's a non-state.
Nice. Okay.
Because yeah, this is this works as long as you are never going to re-enter the same state. So technically, I could keep it.
But if you re-enter the same state, is that really a state change? Not really.
Yeah, there are sometimes situations where you would want to do that if you, but
Yeah,
it's not
okay.
needed here, so I can just keep that as a condition. And I think there's a build error
Ah,
because it does not know DT.
you can check the problems tab if you want for easy access.
I would do this here. Hello, DT.
Ah, yeah.
But I introduced new problems, I guess, like this one. Oh. What on earth has just happened?
That's that's scary. Why is the screen completely fucked? I'm very
I know,
curious, but you
I
know?
know exactly. I know exactly why it's fucked.
Okay.
I can show you.
I have no clue. No clue.
I know exactly what happened. I added new values to the game state.
Right. And you added them at the top, which which offset everything. Yeah, yeah.
So
Ta-da-da.
it would be nice if I could restart it without exiting, but
Yeah.
it's
Yep.
I still have this. Seriously, it's still starting off so slow.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I guess the seed is the same each time.
Mm.
Or
Nah, I'm setting it to 10.0 here.
Oh, okay.
I thought. Okay, so the ball flew off.
Nice.
Well, no, it's not working. Currently, the controls are completely broken. What I need to do is I want to print out the current state. Or could just track it. Can I track an enum?
Good question. You can track it as an int for sure, but then if you want to track it as a text, that's an interesting question.
Well, it's
Like if you had a game mode to string function, you could pass that to the tracking macro.
yeah. I realized that.
Mm-hmm.
I need to cast it to int,
Yeah.
and I need to add a semicolon, of course.
These days I always forget the semicolons. I don't know what's up with me. Current state 3. Current state 2. Current state 3.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Stuff is happening.
Mm-hmm.
Let's.
So what is state 2 and 3? I forgot. In play and lost?
So I think we have to look it up. Ball in play, that is 1. Why is ball out? Why is the current state ball out? Oh, because among other things, it should be like that.
I see. I see.
So, but starting is, and the next stage should also be.
Otherwise it switches to none.
Yeah. But it still does not make sense why it is currently in... Of course, also because of that, the state time. Okay,
But
so
that should be 0 by default. The
mhm.
struct is 0 initialized, so
No, it's the seed is also not. This is the game
okay.
state, which is
Okay, it's
persistent.
when you reload, when you hot reload, you want to set it back to 0.
Yes. So now the game state goes from starting to good ball and play. Fine. So good. I'm playing.
Mm-hmm.
Now when I lose the ball, it jumps to 3. And the reason is because currently I'm resetting everything here. And that is exactly the point of having this state keeping here. So currently there should just not anything happening except that the gameplay continues.
Okay.
And let me, I'm confused. I think oh, come on. No, everything's fine, I think. So the ball should just continue flying until the ball is out. And Xwell is undefined. Okay, so let's check. The ball is flying and it's leaving.
Mm-hmm.
And currently not much is going on because I deactivated what happens when the ball is lost. So let's test it in the full duty. Tough ball. Okay. It flew out and it resets. Nice.
Nice.
Okay, so this feels quite broken because I lose instant control.
Yeah.
It would be nice if I had some titles here, like countdown timer, catching the ball, stuff like that. That is one thing.
And what about just leaving the control to the player?
And leaving the control to the player as
Yeah,
things
okay.
do run around. In principle, this is quite nice. So this is not needed, it seems. So what I would do now is also to introduce a function void simulate controls.
Whoa.
So technically just copying that over here. And I will need to copy some other stuff here, like
The
green
scale.
rect and so on. This is... Oh, I don't want to copy paste so much. Let's ignore it for now. Let's just keep copying. Right. Currently no controls because I'm not calling that function from any place.
Classic.
And when the ball is lost and out, we continue allowing controls. So yeah, the AI is still trying to do its best, but it's futile.
Boop. We need some sound.
Oh yes. You always one starts realizing that sound is needed when you start making the sound yourself.
Yes. Boop. Boop.
Okay. Wow.
It's
Can it match it?
accelerating each.
No, it's
No.
not. It was just the way
Okay.
it was handled. Yeah, I
Wait.
need some serious tennis rack throwing. Good, good.
Well done.
So mm, let's react at least a little bit with the crowd. Currently, the crowd is just super nervous. So if Pong current state is not so
Ah, nice.
they stop.
Already fun.
Yeah, the AI should not move off out of screen. That's just not good. So the controls should take care of that. Also, the AI should be already. Ah, that will solve it. If Pong current state equals and otherwise, yep.
Hmm.
By the way,
Nice.
it's really slow right now. Okay, let's see. Donk donk. It's not moving at all. Why was the current state 3?
Not too sure, man.
Current state is 1. This is 1. Why did it stop moving? I was like that before.
Wait, should it be the right pedal pause?
Yeah, it Copilot
Okay.
introduced the
Copilot.
bug. Copilot is blamed. And lost.
But it's still super slow.
It is.
Okay. It was back to okay.
Okay. And in this phase, I should also already start moving. Right. So
Cool.
now it starts moving instantly back to the center. Nice.
Like it knows my job is done. I can rest.
When the ball is out, when the ball is starting, yeah, we still need to simulate the controls. And it needs to be in a different position. Okay, so I can move. Oh, much better. Somehow I want to make to introduce to make the ball move up when it comes to the center. Just to have not straight lines. I don't understand why. But anyway, we have some state keeping. We have the ball.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I have a couple of ideas of stuff we could do related to the engine, if you want, when you.
Yeah, it's
you
also
do
already
it.
12 o'clock, which is my time frame.
Okay.
We can use the time to. What would you do?
Um, so I would like to be able to try the game. So I would make a build for, since I'm on Mac, for Mac and for Windows.
push it. Oh no, it countered.
Oh damn! Oh my god!
I had it. This was a foul.
Maybe it was just on the edge. Like it doesn't take into account the width of the ball, or does it?
No,
No. Okay.
it needs to be a center on. So not really that great. So if I had a to-do list, yes, pushing it to a Git repo, I can make one.
But so maybe just before you go, can you try to build it? It's pretty easy to build it to some standalone thing.
Oh,
if
you want me to try making a Mac build?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. First finish that one. Then let's.
But maybe you can already try to make a Windows build, because I think the Mac build it needs an additional little thing. But if you go to the command line, and you and you do like, so I think the build script was in script, so script /build
What the heck?
script live, and then the name of the game, because in my engine, like in my repo, there is multiple games, so but it needs to be the name of the source file, so game tree in this case. Don't ask me why game tree. And then -- by the way, you can do -- help and try that.
Ooh.
And then you have a couple of things, but one important one is package. We'll build a standalone executable, package it, and then you pick Windows, which should be the default, and that should be enough. And I really hope it works first try. Okay, success. Okay, and you can run it again and add the flag --run if you want. Or yeah.
Oh, it has a tree and it starts. Nice.
Yes. Great.
So now comes the
Yes.
course.
And I think it doesn't work.
Target query. It's an unknown. I probably have to install this target architecture somehow.
No. I think it's just because the Zig is supposed to handle that. So hold on. Do you have like 10 minutes, or do you want to go?
No, it's okay. It's
Okay. Then in this case, I'll give you access to a Git repo where you can just copy the last version of the build script. Project
be aware
template.
you're on a stream and you don't want to share secret stuff.
Yes, thank you. It's true that I could easily forget. Last time I showed some of my chats. So how do I invite you? Settings. Collaborators.
I mean, we could also finish the stream at this point, I guess, and keep in chat.
Yeah, we could, but it would make me very happy if it works. So the deal is, in your repository currently there is a build.c in the code folder, this one, and I changed it a bit. I changed it a bit so that it works with macOS properly. I think at the time it didn't really up. So I just leaked our chat.
So
And
I got invited.
normally you should be invited.
I am invited. I already accepted, and now the link is gone. I have no idea what it is. What is it? Redux. I currently have no access to the project template.
Ah,
Probably I need to refresh. No.
didn't you get a notification perhaps with, I mean, be careful if
I
in
already
case you...
accepted it.
Ah, sorry. Okay, didn't
It's
see that.
it is just that it's gone. I have no idea where.
I mean, we can also look at that later then, if we have issues like that. Or what I could do.
Maybe I can also see something when I go to your. No.
No.
You can also send me the link to the repo. Maybe that works.
Yes, I think I sent you the link to one of the files. So by extension to the repo as well, but you can try this one. Up.
Where is? I lost track. Ah, here it is.
I can also.
I clicked on accept on.
It's too big.
Anyway,
yeah.
Now you have the build.c. Okay.
Like if you, I think
what
if you take this file, put it in your build.c, it should work right away. Except maybe the name of the game is slightly different. Yeah, maybe the name of the game became game.c instead of game3.c, since that was a mistake on my part at first. So you could rename your game3.c to game.c. And then there is a last thing, which is you need to download the in my Git repo of the templates. There is also a folder called tools. And in there is the macOS X SDK. And this guy has the headers of macOS and can be like extracted in the tools folder. All right. Nice.
So wherever that thing was. So I extracted like that?
Yeah, you can put the parent folder of this even, like with the, yeah. And then there is
that extractor. Oh no.
Ah, shit.
The zip implementation of Windows is legendary slow.
Yep. Oh, I think in this case it's just a copying. But there is one more file which is required. It's the code sign thing. In the template there is a Apple code sign. Yeah, that one. And you need only the one for Windows. Yes. All right.
And what is?
Oh, good.
Oh,
And also, what you can do is update the engine repo because I fixed the thing with debugging normally, and possibly there is also the signing, the macOS signing that is outdated. Okay.
this is so terrible. What kind of bug is that?
Oh wow, Geschwir.
Geschwindigkeit. It's speed. And it's
Okay.
cut off, and I think it can't. My screen is scaled, so it seems that it
Can
doesn't
handle
figure
that.
that. Yeah, but I remember that Rayson, the Raylib developer, he looked into code extraction. He was asking questions like, "Why is 7-step taking 6 seconds and Windows is taking 2 minutes?" Something like that. It turns out that it's just ridiculously slow, and yeah, it can be speed up, and it's not that. I mean, it is work, and
It's very
Rayson
pretty.
spent a few days of fixing that speed.
It's showing a mountain range right before your
Yeah,
eyes.
it's a mountain range. I want to have a game where I can ride over it with a bicycle or something.
Yes. I think it's probably the worst case because it's a ton of very small files like headers, and Windows cannot handle that.
I find it fascinating as well that I just saw NS, next system.
Oh yeah, next step.
Next step, yeah, right. From the 90s.
Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy who.
Oh,
How.
why did they have to take Objective-C?
I don't know. Sad. But does the building of the game for Windows still work since we renamed the file? Maybe
Oh, we can
that's
test that.
something to check. Also, the debugging should work by default now if you put a breakpoint, hopefully.
Oh, okay. You asked me 3 things in 2 sentences.
Yeah,
to do.
sorry.
It still starts game 3, so I don't know.
Ah, yeah, good points. Oh, shit.
Probably I would need to update my Visual Studio Code thing.
Yeah, it's the launch.json, I think. And there is also the task.json.
So this is supposed to be just game.
Yeah.
And whoa, this button is so terrible.
Yes, I hate it as well.
Okay, run task, build and watch. Let's see. It errors. Well, not really. Just
It
enough.
successfully errors. It warns. Yeah.
Okay, so now can I start the game? Game? Yes. And it launched. Okay, also fine. Now. Windows build.
Okay.
Error. Game 3 does not exist.
Okay, and that's in build.c. That's weird. No. Okay, so that's not the problem. Maybe
Rebuild.
maybe you can try to pass the flag -- clean to build, and then it should. But still, it's kind of strange.
Permission denied. It's still running because this thing is still running.
Ah.
Okay.
Ah, again.
Why does it do that? Okay, where does it come from?
There is no game tree in this file. No, you already looked, huh? No, any comments?
Where would it get this information from? Ah, because I typed it in the command line.
Oh! Nice catch. I wouldn't have found. I would have been like.
So how is I think it uncompressed everything, so I should be able to also be able to do that once I've removed that. Oh,
Okay. 1 chance in 10 that it works, I think. Took me a while to make the Linux CI work. Huh?
oh, nice.
Okay.
So
Okay.
here it is. Let me first test the build on
Yes.
Windows. Fine. What isn't data? Stuff. Lots of stuff. The font. Probably the biggest thing.
Yes, probably.
Oh wow, it's still 2 megabytes.
Ah, yeah.
It's probably sick. Anyway.
Maybe. I'm sure it's possible to bring it down with a link
Should I
timer.
send you this?
Yes. That would be great.
I need to compress it first.
Do we have any viewers? 3 people watching. So me, you, and somebody. Hello? Hey, somebody.
Welcome to the end of our stream.
Exactly.
I'm sending you the file.
I got it. Downloading. It's saying it's suspicious.
Of course, because it was built on a Windows machine.
Okay, I have it here. I'm launching it. Can't be open. Can't be open. Ah, I know. It's because the executable is not marked as executable. I had that problem before. I think I should zip it or something with some options to preserve it. But so I can just fix that manually. Chmod plus X, and I drag the file, whoop, becomes executable. I go back here, open. Now it tells me can't be open because Apple cannot check it for malicious software. That's expected. But if you right click and go open, then it lets you open it finally. And it works. It looks like it works.
I just have to wait for a few seconds more because the stream is so delayed.
Oh,
Yay! I know I see it as well. Nice.
it's very slow, huh? Still. Is it
The
normal?
ball is the first, yes, because it's the initial initialization is still bugged. I have no idea why.
Okay.
We can fix that the next time.
But after the first bounce, yeah, it's still slow. Okay,
No, you have
I'll
to
wait.
lose the game.
I'll wait.
After losing the game,
Ah,
you just have to lose.
okay. I move my paddle up. The crowd is crazy.
The slowest ball ever.
Yes, it restarts and it's faster. Amazing.
Hooray!
Blip, blip. I do the sound. Blip, blip.
Very nice.
Thank you.
I'm thinking. I mean, the build is working. That's super nice. Never built something cross-platform except for embedded devices. Always fascinating when it works. Couple of thoughts. Do you intend to have something like Box 2D?
Yes. Yes, I have one sample with Box 2D already
Okay.
kind of working.
Because maybe the gameplay, I mean, it's nice that it works like that, but I think it would be more interesting to use the physics engine,
Okay, okay.
and we can make obstacles, flipper pong, something like that.
Yeah, like have a proper velocity, like ice,
Yeah.
ice.
So
Yeah.
that could be one thing to improve, and the pedals could also have round edges. I also want to have a player. I want to have a cube that is a player that is behind the pedal.
Nice.
And I want facial expressions.
And voice acting as well with a lip sync.
and yes, and I want a commentator.
Oh yeah, nice. But and perhaps yeah, sounds and graphics, maybe like images, or is that out of out of scope?
I think I'm not even sure if I would like to have images or if I
Mhm.
would just keep geometry,
I suppose.
because
Mhm.
it's procedural characters with weird faces. I think that would be nice. And
Agreed, and it has a charm to. Oh
yeah,
shit.
I made once a demo game. Let me check. Maybe I can show it. I made that in the company I work for years and years ago,
Mhm.
like ancient times. I just have to authenticate. I think it's okay to show that because no, oh, it worked. Every time I have two-factor authentication, I'm not entirely sure what I have to insert there is feeling like I'm hacking myself.
When you get a, oh, you have an authentication app or something?
Yeah, the company has all kinds of things and
Mm.
makes a lot of sense. I'm not going to show anything here like that.
It's all good. We cannot see anything.
Yeah. It's slow. No, anyway, so I just I made this demo in Unity,
Mhm.
and I had this cheering crowd, and it was a football game, and I found it fascinating how, and maybe I have even some GIFs in my Dropbox because currently not reacting, everything is slow. I really want to show you that. But I think this predates this. Oh, I have no idea why, but my
Like it
access.
doesn't work. I don't see anything. If
Yeah, it's okay that you don't
okay,
see
okay,
anything because this is a company thing.
okay,
I
okay.
just wanted to get my gifts,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
and it's. Oh, I get it there, but I'm not getting it there. Okay. I think it's this one here. Wow. It's infinite slow. Well, I'm sorry.
Okay, it's okay. You
You're playing.
yeah, I'm having fun, and I'm winning by a large margin. So
Yeah, but if this was physics, yeah, adding some obstacles, making the field maybe not just square formed.
Yeah, indeed. I think I wouldn't go for box 2D personally, because I kind of like the tightness of custom physics. But since it's a possibility, could be fun to explore
With
still.
the stuff that I have in mind, I think I would not want to spend the time on writing a
Yeah,
physics
okay.
thing that works perfectly fine in box 2D.
Okay, I don't know exactly what you have in. I lost it. What you have in mind, but on the engine feature side, what we could do is also a web build with Mscripton, as you do for your own stuff.
Ooh.
Like, it's the same concept. You just run the build script with --web instead of Windows or Mac, but you have to have the Mscripton SDK in the tools folder. So if you
Okay.
have it already, you can just copy it there or move it there.
All I can say
should
is
work.
one just don't copy files in Windows
Yeah.
because
Otherwise,
Why?
you're there for the
I
afternoon.
wow, this page took like 20 seconds to load, but I got it.
Ah, sweet.
So I can show you
Okay, I'm watching.
yes, it's almost there. It's a very small GIF, but that was the game.
Wow. Oh yeah, it's very physics based, I guess.
Yeah, it's super physics based, and the thing is that the players they can only they can tap the players to give them you can tap them to give them a boost, and the left
Ah,
side is the player's side. So I'm in this game mode, I would be tapping on the players to just
okay,
get
okay.
faster.
The idea is it's a
And
mobile game.
it was supposed to be a mobile game, yes. It did not get below this was the latest thing. And what I really liked was watching the game because it was still like you have no control over what's happening. Just watching in awe about what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the crowd on the sides would cheer depending on how far the ball is getting closer to the goal.
Cool.
And the this simplicity was just so striking to me. Like it has so much character already. It's just cubes.
Mm-hmm. But they are animated
So
in a nice fashion, like.
it's just physics.
But their collider also hops like this, or is it visual, the
Yeah,
hopping?
it's the hopping and everything it's just pure physics. It's terrible performance.
So do you move it with forces applied to
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And I think they when they topple over,
Mhm.
yeah, they are getting they're losing the forces that keep them stable, and then they will just topple.
Ragdoll, rag cube.
Yes. Ragdoll
Okay,
cubes.
I see the spirits. Nice.
Yeah, and that was I mean, it was just an experiment to see if this could be something like a ball playing game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, would have loved to make it.
But it was a proposition to the.
Yeah, it
Okay.
was the earliest stages of like what type of game could we do, and one game idea was we could make a hero collection game where you have do you know Blood Bowl?
No. Blood Bowl? No.
It's a fantasy no, Blood Bowl is you have elves and orcs and humans as players on a playfield playing football, hardcore football.
Okay.
And so each of the players is a role has a character sheet and has attributes, and then you play it like a role-playing game, but
Mm-hmm.
instead of a dungeon, it's a match.
Okay, I see.
And
Okay.
the idea was, okay, it could be similar in that sense of you have your heroes and the players, and
Well.
you try to create your league,
Mhm.
and then you play, and you have very limited like it should be very simple. You have very limited abilities to interact with the game. So you are just a coach on the sides, like screaming, tackle, tackle, tackle,
Okay,
or
okay, I
something like
see.
that.
And you have like
And
different kind of characters, like a heavy
yes,
one, a fast one, or something.
exactly.
Hmm.
And then you have some basic strategy, and it was very fuzzy, but that was the basic idea. And the first proof of concept was, okay, let's see if this is fun to
Mhm.
play it. And I enjoyed it. Like
Mhm.
these situations where the ball was on your field and you're like, oh my God, it's just there's so much. And sometimes they were tackled and the ball rolled into the goal area. I was like, no. So I
Cool.
really like the spirit it carried already.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. Never made it.
But maybe you
That
will.
was
Yeah, it could be something doable in Rayleigh as well, like with the 3D basic shapes and stuff,
yeah.
I suppose. All right, should we call it a stream
Yes, I think so.
and go to lunch?
That too.
It was nice. It was
Wow.
it was fun to see the progress of on the game.
Yeah,
The
it's
crowd is a nice touch.
yes. I think this is something to improve upon. All right, then was nice having a chat, and then see you next week, I guess.
I'll cut the stream. Bye.